Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a super amazing day. Today we're looking at 5 awesome Minecraft Halloween mods you need to try. If you want any of these mods, they will be in the description box below. And be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video because I'm really close to 700 subscribers. And yeah, let's get into the mods. The first mod on this list is called Fairy Lights. Now, this isn't technically a Halloween mod, but it does have some really cool looking decorations in it. So I just wanted to show you guys it. So here are some of the decorations on the ground here. We have the pumpkin, we have a skull, we have a ghost, we have a spider, and we have a witch hat. Now these are available in literally every single color in the game. We also have this fairy light, which you can write any message on, and I've just written Happy Halloween. You can also put any of these aforementioned fairy lights on actual fairy light strings, like this, as you can see here. You can also customize these by mixing and matching. For example, here I have some black and red spiders. And over here I have some purple and black witch hats. Now, there are so many different ways to customize your fairy lights, so let me just show you an example. Now, these ghost ones are really cute, but they can be a little bit boring. So if we want to spice up those ghost fairy lights, we need 2 pieces of iron like this. We need 1 piece of string. And here I just have all the colors of the rainbow of these ghost fairy lights. Now I can grab this, and if I just place these right over here, look at that! So now instead of these boring old white fairy lights, we have these rainbow ghost fairy lights. So yeah, the fairy lights mod is pretty amazing. And there are a variety of non-Halloween themed ones as well, but since this is a Halloween mod showcase, I wanted to show off these ones. So I would 100% recommend this mod for any of your games because it's really simple, but it can really help when decorating. The next mod on this list is called Vampirism. Now, as you can tell by the name, this mod adds in vampires, but it also adds in a bunch of cool stuff that I will show you right now. So starting off, it adds in vampires and vampire hunters, and you can actually become a vampire, or if that's not your style, then you can also become a vampire hunter. Now, there is so much when it comes to the gameplay for vampires and vampire hunters that I'm not even gonna bother going into it, because that is literally like a half-an-hour video right there. What I will go into, however, is the awesome blocks and features and armor and just everything. I'll try my best to cover it all. First off, we have this campsite. Now these will spawn throughout your world, and this is where hunters will spawn. So over here we have this adorable campfire. Excuse me. It's so gorgeous. And we also have these 2 tents, which you can actually use as beds. Now this one right here has 2 different tents, which means there will be 2 different hunters, but there can be from 1 to 4 hunters. And now, there's so much here, so I'll just try and go through it. So starting off, we have these blood and infusion tables, which, there's a lot to go into here, so I'm not gonna go into too much depth, but basically you can make blood out of this so that you can actually stay fed as a vampire. There's a cauldron here. There's an altar. Now, there are a variety of altars. All of them have different functions. There's altar pillars. There's altar tips. There's blood containers. Now these can be empty or full. There's blood grinders, blood sieves, a potion table, a hunter's weapon table, a village totem, a fragile village totem. We have a village totem base. We have a beacon. We have a research table. We have different levels of garlic diffusers. We have the fireplace, as I said before. We have the altar of cleansing. We have the tent, as I showed you before. We also have the coffin, and this is actually what you sleep in once you become a vampire, because vampires cannot sleep in any other place besides coffins. And we also have this injection chair, and this is one of the ways that you can become a hunter. Now, the thing is, this isn't even all of the blocks. There are way too many for me to show you, but here are some of the special ones. or like the ones that will affect your gameplay the most. So hunters can also have a variety of weapons. In total, there are 19 different weapons. Some of these include different varieties of crossbows, pitchforks, stakes, automatic crossbows, hunter axes, heart strikers, as we can see here, this looks so cool, and so many more. Now, hunters can also wear two different types of hunting hats. This one is slightly larger but slightly flatter, and that one is slightly smaller but slightly taller, if that makes sense. And players and armor stands can also wear these too. Look at me with my cool little hat. Now, there are also a variety of different cloaks that vampires can wear, and all of these will be poisonous to any hunters that are nearby. Now, here is a little display of how all these capes look. And for example, if I put on this red one here, it actually looks like a real cape. For example, it will flap in the wind, as we can see here. Now, this mod also adds in a new type of sapling called the bloody spruce sapling, and this will just make a tree that looks very similar to a vanilla tree. It will have a spruce log, but instead of regular leaves, it will have vampire spruce leaves. Now, this mod also adds in 9 different armor sets. Now, the first 3 have very simple textures. They're just different colors, as we can see here. The second 3 are a bit bulkier and a bit more detailed, as we can see here. And the last 3 are really bulky, and they have sort of this weird texture on top, sort of like chainmail texture. So let me just show you those. And yeah, like I said before, there's way too much for me to mention. There are like different types of mobs and different potions and different books and different quills, and you can inject yourself with garlic, and you can drink blood, and you can make blood, and you can, there's so much. There's too much to cover on this mod, and I don't want this episode to be literally 30 minutes long, so I will link everything in the description box below, and you can check it out for yourself. This is one mod that I would highly recommend if you really like gameplay mods, because there's so much. Like, you could literally create an entire series based off this one mod. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Now, next up on this list, we have lava monsters. Now, this mod only adds in one new mob, and it's called the lava monster. Now, these are monsters that will spawn inside lava, and they will attack the player by shooting lava fireballs at them. They will shoot fire at me, like actual fireballs, and they do a lot of damage. So when you get within 6 blocks of these monsters, they will attack you and set everything on fire, as we can see here. Okay, I'm gonna die. Well, didn't plan on that happening. So yeah, even though this mod is pretty simple, it does add in an amazing new mob. It also makes caves slightly harder, because I know caving can get a little bit boring, especially in Minecraft 1.15. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this mod. Number 4 on this list is called Dustrial Decor. Now, this mod adds in a bunch of decoration blocks and a bunch of super industrial looking blocks into the game. First off, we have these padded blocks. Now, they come in 2 varieties. They also come in the stair variety, the door variety, and the trapdoor variety. Moving on, we have all the blocks that are made out of sheet metal. Over here, there are quite a few. And like the other ones, they also come in the door and trapdoor variety. Next up, we have the rusty sheet metal. Now, these are exactly the same as the other ones, but instead of this gray / whitish tone, it has sort of a white, like rust tone, like white, red, and blue-ish. So here are all the blocks from the rusty variety. Next up, we have these industrial iron block blocks, and oh my god, they look so incredibly gorgeous, especially that door. This is probably one of my favorite items. It just looks so sleek. Over here we have some cinder blocks, and last but not least, we also have some cardboard varieties of all these blocks. I should also probably mention that this cardboard door is just adorable. Oh, adorable, haha, puns. Okay, let's stop. There's also this super cute cardboard armor that has the same amount of protection as chain armor plus 1 armor toughness. We also have 2 new types of chains that work similarly to iron bars. We have a chain trap door and a chain door, which looks beautiful, by the way. I love how it's see-through, and it'll add a lot of detail to your builds. And last but not least, we also have some barbed iron bars. Now, this mod would be amazing for any Halloween type of builds, especially the rusty metal and those iron blocks. They would look incredible in your builds. This is also a very simple mod. It's just a basic building mod, but it looks so great, so I would definitely recommend it. Now, last but definitely not least, we have bones. So everything in this mod actually spawns inside the nether, but I don't want to film inside the nether because it's kind of complicated with the lighting and stuff. So I've created a little place here to showcase all of the mobs. So this mod adds in 4 new variations of mobs. It adds in a skeleton pig. It adds in a skeleton sheep, as we can see here. It adds in a skeleton chicken. And last but not least, a skeleton cow. Now, these mobs can actually be bred by the meat that they used to have. For example, the skeleton cow can be bred by using raw beef, and the chicken can be bred by using raw chicken, and etc. etc. For example, if I just spawn in 2 skeleton sheep, for example, if I hold up mutton, these skeleton sheep will follow me, and I can actually breed them by using the mutton. And then they'll create a little skeleton sheep baby. And I should also probably mention there is a chance that some of these textures will have old meat on it. So there's 2 textures for the sheep, for example. There's this one with some leftover skin on it, and then there's this completely boned one. Now, if you feed a boned sheep some rotten flesh, there's a chance that they will grow back a little bit of their skin. And these skeleton chickens right over here, instead of dropping eggs, they will drop charcoal, fire charges, and gunpowder. And now, last but not least, if we spawn in a skeleton pig, we can actually ride it by using a saddle and a pork chop on a stick. Now, this can simply be made by using a fishing rod and a raw pork chop. So if I right click on the skeleton pig, look how fast it goes. It goes so much faster than a regular pig. It is incredibly fast compared to a regular pig, and the pork chop on a stick actually works for longer too. So yeah, if you're interested in these adorable, they're kind of cute. The textures of these mobs are actually kind of cute, even though they're a little bit spooky, so they are perfect for Halloween. So if you want to spice up the nether, especially in 1.15, then I would 100% recommend this mod. It also adds a bit more variety to animals that you see, because in case you're bored with the regular cows, now you can have skeleton cows. And yeah, this mod is super detailed. There are so many different interactions with these mobs, and there are also more to come. So yeah, I would 100% recommend this mod to make your nether even more cool. So yeah, if you want any of these mods that I mentioned in this video, they will be in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video or if it helped you out in any way, please consider subscribing because I'm getting so close to 700 subscribers and these videos take a lot of time to make. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!